do, can do. This guy says the horse can do. If he says the horse can do, can do.
Well, Merry Christmas and welcome to Odds and Ends, and I'm your host, Mike Tice. Week 16 of the National Football League starts today, Christmas Day, with the 6-8 Vikings at the 10-4 Saints. Should be a good game today. A lot on the line for both teams, and 3 games on Saturday. The Bucs 9-5 at the Lions, 5-9. That'll be at 1 p.m. on Saturday. 49ers 5-9 at the Cards, 8-6. A lot of stuff going on there. 4:30 p.m. Eastern time, and then the night game, the big game, the 9-5 Dolphins at the COVID-stricken Raiders, 7-7. That's 8:15 p.m. Eastern time. All 3 games are on Saturday. 3 teams have clinched division titles. The Bills clinched the AFC North last week. Congratulations to you guys. The Packers, the NFC North, and the Chiefs have clinched the AFC West. 5 teams can clinch division titles this week, including the Saints, can clinch the NFC South with a win over the Vikes. The Steelers, we'll talk about that game in a moment. They can clinch the AFC North with a big win Sunday. The Seahawks can clinch the NFC West with a big win over the Rams this week, and the Titans can clinch the AFC South, and the Washington football team can clinch the NFC East. That's the old days. No, that's not even the old days. The NFC North used to be the Bears. Scoring still the most in NFL history through 13 weeks. Total points, 11,092 total points, led by the Titans with 436 and the Chiefs 435, and the Packers right there with 434 total points. Wow, that's a lot of scoring. Hey, shout out to rookie wide receiver Justin Jefferson of LSU, of the Vikings. 73 receptions, breaks a Vikings rookie record held by guess who? Needs 131 yards in 2 games to break Randy Moss's rookie yardage record, and has a chance if he gets to 1378, which would break Anquan Bolden's all-time rookie yardage mark. Congratulations to Justin Jefferson, and also for making his first Pro Bowl. Listen, passing records, as I said, continue. League-wide, the passer rating is 93.7. Total TD passes 757, and league-wide completion percentage at 65.5%. That's like unbelievable. Completions, 10,313 completions. That's a lot of damn throwing the ball all over the place. What happened to running the damn rock? Hey, listen, fantasy football pickups and play-ins. Kind of had an up-and-down week last week, week 15. Gave you Bears running back David Montgomery. He got off against the Vikings. He had 28.70 points. The Rams running back Cam Akers got banged up a little bit in that game. He only had 6.70 points, and the Washington football team D only had 3 points. But week 16, pickups and play-ins. I'm going to come back with running back David Montgomery again. They're playing Jacksonville, who's 30th in rushing, giving up 146.5 yards a game. That's not very good. Running back Jonathan Taylor, the Badger, for the Colts, are playing the Steelers. You say, what am I, crazy? The Steelers are 8th in the league in rushing, but they're also 8th in the least amount of attempts against them, 355. I think the Colts are going to try to run the ball on the Steelers. We'll see what happens. Derrick Henry, yeah, that's a no-brainer. But listen, the Packers are doing pretty well in rush defense, but they have the 3rd least attempts against them, only 339 attempts. And I think Derrick Henry and the Titans are going to try to keep the Packers off the field and Aaron Rodgers, and I think they're going to have a great day running the football. So there's my pickups and play-ins. Let's pick some games, starting with Saturday, 8:15 p.m. Eastern time. The Dolphins, 9-5 at the Raiders. COVID-stricken. The Dolphins are plus 10 in the turnover differential. That's really, really good. And the Raiders are -6. Looks like Derek Carr is going to play. I don't think it's going to matter. The Dolphins can take a big step forward with a win. The Dolphins are number 1 in scoring D, only giving up 18.4 points a game. They're number 3 in turnover differential, I mentioned, at plus 10. And they're number 1 in third down defense, only allowing teams to convert on third down 32.53% of the time. That's like really damn good. While the Raiders, I don't know, they just can't get anything going defensively. I know they made the change. Rod Marinelli's now the defensive coordinator. But head coach Brian Flores, he's on the upswing. And defense for the Miami Dolphins, it's on the upswing. Tua, the quarterback, I'm not even going to try the last name. He's having a decent time of it. He's getting better each week. I like the Dolphins in this one, -3 in Las Vegas, Nevada. Well, listen, 1 p.m. Sunday Eastern Time, it's going to be 43 degrees and cloudy at the Steelers at Pittsburgh. It's the Colts, 10-4, who are +12 in the differential. That's tied for number 1 with the Titans. They're at the Steelers. The Steelers are +8 in that differential. Wow, what a game, huh? The Colts, 27-20 winners over the Texans last week. The Steelers had that big loss, 27-17 at the Bengals. Phillip Rivers, Jonathan Taylor we spoke about, T.Y. Hilton, 2 Pro Bowl offensive linemen in Ryan Kelly and Quentin Nelson. And the Colts are 4th in the league in rush defense, only giving up 98.1 yards a game. They're number 1 in turnover differential. We talked about that. The Steelers, though, number 2 in scoring D, only giving up 18.9 points a game. Number 5 in the differential, we mentioned. They're number 3 in third down defense, only allowing conversions 36.55% of the time. I tell you, the Steelers can clinch the division with a win. But I like the Colts, -1.5 on the road in Pittsburgh in Steeler country. I just like it, man. I like the Colts. All right, 4:05 p.m. Eastern Time Sunday. It's going to be sunny and 45 degrees. The Panthers are +4. They're 4-10 at the Washington football team. They're -3. Both teams are coming off tough losses. The Panthers 24-16 at Green Bay. The Washington football team tough 20-15 loss to Seattle at home. The Washington football team defensively, number 5 in scoring D, only giving up 21.1 points a game. They're number 2 in red zone touchdown percentage, only allowing touchdowns at a 51.35% clip. Number 3 in pass D, only giving up 200.2 yards a game. And they're number 6 in sacks. They got 40 sacks. But, hey, the Washington football team can win the NFC East with a victory. I like the Washington football team in a pick'em. Go ahead, Jack Del Rio, Ron Rivera. Go get it, huh? 4:25 p.m. Eastern Time, the Rams 9-5 at the Seahawks 10-4. The Rams are -1. The Seahawks are +2. Big NFC matchup. The Seahawks can clinch the NFC West with a victory. The Rams were embarrassed last week by the Jets 23-20, giving the Jets their victory and getting them out of that first pick, so New York is probably pissed off. The Seahawks had a gritty win against a good defense, the Washington football team last week. The Rams are number 3 in scoring D, 19.2. Number 3 in sacks, 44 sacks. Number 2 in rush defense. And the only team also in the top 5 in passing defense and rush defense, and only giving up 192 yards a game passing. They're number 2 in third down conversions, 34.97. God, the 28th attempts against them in rushing, though. The Seahawks kind of number 4 in scoring, but have only scored about 24 points a game the last 3 weeks. They're scoring at 29.5 points. Number 7 in sacks. They got 40 sacks. That's not bad. Number 3 in rush defense, but attempts, they have only 359 attempts against them. So I would take that with a grain of salt. I like the under in this game. I do. I like the under in the Seahawks-Rams game. And when we come back, I'll give you my pick of the week, which will be a good one and a big matchup. Well, welcome back to Odds and Ends on this Christmas Day, this Christmas Friday. When I get finished with this show, I'm going to finish this damn black coffee up and get myself a little eggnog with a little Captain Morgan, a little nutmeg. You know what I'm saying. Hey, listen, Sunday, 8:20, my pick of the week. What a game. The Titans 10-4. They're +12 in that turnover differential, tied for number 1 with the Colts. They're at the Packers, who are 11-3. They've already clinched the NFC North. They're +5. Titans beat Detroit 46-25. The Packers beat that stingy Panthers team 24-16. The Packers have clinched, and the Titans need it. Titans can clinch a playoff spot with a win. The Titans are number 1 in that differential. I already mentioned it 8 or 9 times. They're number 1 in scoring tide, 31.1 points a game. Number 2 in red zone TD percentage at 75.44%. And they're number 2 in rushing, 160.4 yards a game behind the great back Derrick Henry. The Packers, however, have Aaron Rodgers, and what an MVP season he's having. They're they're number 3 in scoring, 31 points a game. Number 3 in third down conversions, a really solid 49.09 percentage conversions. I said earlier in the year when there was a bunch of teams in the 50s, there's normally one team in the 50s. That would be the Buffalo Bills right now, and a few teams in the high 40s. That's what you're seeing right now. They're number 1, the Packers, in red zone TD percentage at 78.3 points a game. So both teams, when they get down there, they're scoring touchdowns. I think the Titans can run it on the Packers defense. I don't think the Packers are stout or tough enough in their run defense to stop the Titans. I like the Titans plus 3.5. I heard the line's going to move to 3. I like them either way. I like the Titans to win this game and clinch a playoff spot in this year's playoffs. Listen, stay safe, wear a mask. Merry Christmas to everybody. Happy holiday. We'll talk to you next week on Odds and Ends with Mike Tice.
I think Valentine